Hi, I'm Dr. Cynthia Clark. I'm an acupuncture physician, applied clinical nutritionist, and I'm the creator of Energy Evolution. And I want to tell you about one of the secrets that I use in clinic. And I want to tell you about why I use this in clinic. Many years ago, I had dislocated my knee during a time that I was training for an international distance triathlon. And I needed all of the training hours that I could get. So when I dislocated my knee, I was very disconcerted. I was afraid that I wasn't going to be able to do my race at all. So I went to go see a Qigong grandmaster that I had heard of, Grandmaster David Harris, and I'd heard very, very, very good things about him. And I hobbled in on my crutches and I got onto the table, and about an hour later I got off the table and I didn't need the crutches at all to walk. And after about another 45 minutes of retraining my body so that it would be comfortable walking, I was able to walk no problem. And 2 weeks later, I was running again. And that was really, really, really meaningful to me. That really meant a lot to me because I was able to participate in the event that I had trained so much for and had put so much into. As I was leaving that day, his assistant, Ray, said, "Oh, and I'll run you on SRC to help you heal." And I said, "What's that?" As a Chinese medicine doctor, there are certain pattern differentiations that we use and that I would easily have described for my injury, and those are gallbladder stagnation, urinary bladder stagnation. These are the channels, the meridians that run through the knee. And as a functional medicine doctor, I had immediately started energy measuring and testing myself and taking all of the supplements that I possibly could in order to help me heal as quickly as possible. One of those nutrients was a mineral supplement, and as a martial artist and functional medicine doctor and a Chinese medicine doctor, I knew that anybody who has any sort of injury like this, they're going to need a lot of vitamin C and they're going to need minerals in order to help their bodies heal very quickly. So I had taken those things, but I hadn't mentioned that to either Grandmaster David or to Ray when I went in for my treatment. So at the end of the treatment, when Ray ran me on the computer program and I started seeing the information that was coming up, I recognized myself very specifically in the data that the computer was generating. Now, I was also stunned because I didn't understand how it was pulling this information without being hooked up to any wires or electrodes or anything. But I just cared about getting healthy. I just cared about my knee working the way that it should. And so I sat and I watched the computer program admit that I had stagnation in the gallbladder channel and in the urinary bladder channel, and also that I had no need for any of the minerals or vitamin C that one would otherwise think that I would need in a certain situation, in that situation. I left that day, and sure enough, 2 weeks later, I was running again. Everything worked great. I healed very, very, very fast. And I was astonished by this computer program. Now, we say that this computer program clears stress patterns, and that's true because stress is really the root cause of pretty much every disease and disorder out there. And if we can change the energy frequency around us from a disharmonious one to a harmonious one, then that cures the 1,000 diseases. That can cure and prevent the 1,000 diseases. Since that time, I've been using the professional version of this computer program in my clinic. And through that work, I have found incredibly effective techniques. So a patient came in and she had 3 months of severe insomnia and had never been able to sleep. And I treated her with acupuncture and with herbs and really didn't have any real effect. So I decided to do a full workup on her, even though she only came to see me one time and she wasn't a regular patient. I just really wanted to understand and know. And so we did a full workup on her and ran her on the computer program. And that night she slept for the first time in 3 months. She also reported carefully that nothing else had changed. This was the only thing that was different. And so she could clearly tie it to the work that we did with SRC. I have also used it many times for patients with my specialty in clinic. My clinical focus is all sorts of tummy problems, so constipation, diarrhea. I've used this many times to stop diarrhea upset and to get things moving on the constipation realm, and always have very, very, very good positive effect. It's also very effective. I've also had good effect with it on the emotional clearing side. So especially going through grief or trauma or a difficult time emotionally, this program has been very, very, very effective, both for me and for my clients. And I'm so, so, so grateful for the work that it's done on my clients, on my clientele, on myself. And I'm very, very, very grateful for the creation of this program. So thank you for letting me share my story with you. And I hope that you enjoy it as much as I have. There's one thing that I will mention, and that is that sometimes I find that running myself on the computer program, which is very powerful, sometimes it's also helpful if I ask somebody else to run me on their program too. So whether it's for me or for my clients. So if you're not working with the SRC family or with a holistic healthcare provider, then I highly recommend that you do so, because these things in conjunction with each other are very, very, very effective. Thank you, Grandmaster David and Ray, for all of the good work that you do and all of the many wonderful, wonderful healing experiences that I get to see, and for being part of my healing team. Thank you, thank you, thank you.